there is so much, especially in the early part of the film, about legacy and the relationship between a father and a son, and chasing the same dreams in the same field. And I can't help but wonder if for you, and also for you, Dennis, if that happening in your own lives, you're in with your son and your father respectively in a field chasing similar dreams and working together in some cases. And I found that interesting. Did that draw you to it in some way, or impact inform some of the way you approached it?
An interesting connection you made with that. I'd never thought of that, to be honest, because in my personal life, I never chased the same things my dad did. It seems like it, and like a lot of people probably rightfully so think that, but I never did sports because he did it. I just did it because I liked it, and he wanted me to be a baseball player, and I wanted to be a hockey player, and it was like two very, very different lives and very different worlds, but similar things. And then when I got into film and acting, I never ever viewed it as trying to chase anything. Yeah, it just wasn't it.
You're
Whether
so
people,
different. I mean, the roles you choose, yeah, and I mean, there is no, and yet you guys played the same part in something which was amazing to watch in the
yeah,
Godzilla thing. Do you ever think about doing something like taking one of his roles or anything like that, or do you not? This stuff doesn't really occur to
like
you.
what not to do 101. How to kill your career 101. Put on an eye patch and place. Everybody asks
First
me that.
thought, that's where I went, of
Yeah,
course.
yes.
Yeah.
But no, it's just something we weren't raised to be that way. And if I wanted to be something totally different, that was supportive. It was just I saw this life, and it actually connected to sports in a way that I thought I could be very good at, and I'd seen it a million times. I've been on the set. I'd seen. And sure, Jack's the same way. It's like you get comfortable with something. People talk about nepo babies and stuff, and you're like, yeah, 100%. Is it 1,000 times easier? Fuck yeah. Are you kidding me? It's a million times easier. But when you get onto set, the thing that actually makes it easier is the fact I've seen this. I've seen this 1,000 times, and you have never seen it.
But
So
it's like family business, right, Dennis?
yeah,
Wouldn't you say, Dennis, that it's
Yeah,
like
well,
any family business?
there's a little bit of that going on, but at the same time, Wyatt and my son Jack too, they are very much themselves,
Oh
this
yeah.
day. And I mean, I offered to help Jack out, as far as getting an agent and all that stuff. And he said, "Nope, I want to do it myself." And then, the next thing I know, his first film is Hunger Games, and then he's working with Martin Scorsese. And so I was saying, how about a little help myself over here, okay? Because I have no qualms against that
Like
at
Jack,
all.
Jack, help me get this call.
Yeah.
yeah. I never thought about that in the movie, which is an interesting thing. Maybe subconsciously, you're right. But I don't know. Did you ever think of
Yeah,
that?
not really,
You're
other
just
than
playing a father and
film,
son.
it's like the same thing goes on in, these ranch communities and everything. The son takes over from the father,
Yeah.
and it usually generational. And sometimes, that's been disappearing over the past uh couple of decades because it's hard to make a living out there now, but maybe it'll start to come back. But it's the same in anything, going back to the gills of the Netherlands.
And that's what we wanted to make a movie about. Normally, you see these movies, and they're much more about like the shiny Western culture, and a
Mhm.
guy's got his shirt off, and
Mm.
he's got no hair on his chest, and he's hot, and he's ripped, and he's making out with a girl, and he's riding bulls. That's fun, and that's great, and there's a place for that. I've seen that movie a lot. What I was excited about doing was making a movie that felt real, that felt like
Yeah.
this is for the people who don't make it.
Mm.
99.9% of the people,
Carlisle
me,
wrote a really
playing
authentic,
hockey.
very authentic script. But I mean, the first page where he describes, the tack room, that you can't just like put that out of
You're
your
right.
head, or shoeing a horse or something. This guy grew up in this world, and
It was
that's
apparent.
that was the attraction.
Yeah, I love how raw it is about a disappearing West, about a disappearing idea, and honest, painfully honest it is about that portrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is. That is the goal. And I think that a lot of times, our business doesn't make movies that way because they're for fear of it not being sellable or for fear of it being too depressing. And I don't think it's depressing at all. I mean, to me, it was like, yeah, is it depressing in a lot of its nature? Like, yes, it is. But there's an aspect of rodeo that is the underbelly of what it is. It's pain pills. It's driving to truck stop gas stations and
No money.
no money, and you're not getting to the finals, but you can't stop doing it because you love it so much. And but it's disappearing. And there's an element of like, how are we going to change with how is True going to change with the times? And how do you hold on to this aspect of your culture while still being an artist and still being all these things that you want to be?
Yeah, well, that's beautiful. I have to go, but I want to ask real quick. It'd be great. I have to ask Dennis. You're doing can you tell us anything about Alan Richardson and this War Machine project? It's
Oh
gonna be
yeah, I had a blast down there in Australia for a couple of weeks. It was great because I got to play the general, and I never got my uniform dirty at all. Wonderful.
nice.
Alan was up to his chest in mud. He's a he's a really good in this, and it's going to be wild to watch. I read the script, how they're going to bring this about. I got to see it.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Guys, this was great. I wish I had more time. Thank you so much. Great job
Yeah.
on the movie and congrats.
Thank
Talk to
you.
you later.